Sometime in Africa, between 5 million and 7 million years ago, a primate branched out into two big ramifications. One was going to give the big apes, chimpanzees, gorillas, bonobos, and the other one was going to lead to humans, which is just another species of ape. Born in Africa, in a very hostile environment, surrounded by animals much stronger and physically better armed than we were, we had a tough start, and the odds were certainly not in our favor. Still, we had an amazing journey. But we simply can't take credit for it. No more than a cheetah can take credit for its speed. Our intelligence, as the speed of the cheetah or the bulk of the elephant, is the work of evolution, not our hard work on ourselves. For us, the beginning of our incredible journey probably started with totally random genetic mutations that made our brain bigger and bigger. We became smarter and smarter. Eventually, the big cats that had been our nightmare for so long stopped terrorizing us. And our distant cousins are today at the same point they were 5 million years ago, still eating leaves and termites in the same environment they were born into. Instead of feeling privileged and lucky to have been able to remove ourselves from the horror of predation and a meaningless life in the wild, filled with horrible death, we felt superior and arrogant, as if we had anything to do with the way our brains had evolved in the last 500,000 years. We should have felt sorry for our fellow earthlings, stuck forever in the absurdity of the dictatorship of organic life. For most of them, life is truly hell on earth. If this is not hell, what do you think hell is? We never felt sorry at all. Instead of bringing some light and warmth and compassion into this world built on true horror, we've added ours to it. Instead of acknowledging our luck and the lack of luck of all others, we've totally lost it. We've decided that we were at the image of a god and we enslaved all other species. We were not supposed to keep lions from eating antelopes, of course not. At least we could have decided not to interfere and be neutral. We certainly didn't take the position of a neutral observer. Instead, we gladly and cowardly jumped on the lame excuse that since they do horrible things to each other, because they can't help it and have no choice, it's okay for us to do horrible things to them, even though we don't have to because we have other choices. We are the first and only species on this planet who could have chosen to live without killing others. We didn't go that way. Instead, we made it worse for them. We kill them for food, even though we don't need to eat other animals. We experiment on them and torture them in our medical labs. We destroy their habitat, and we have driven many of them to extinction. Not only we haven't been peaceful guardians that could have made life on Earth less horrible, we've been the worst enemy of all other species. We're not the son of a god, obviously not. We're an ape from hell on a rampage on this planet. Let me ask you this. If a peaceful alien species was to come here on Earth because their planet had died and they were trying to rebuild a life with us on Earth, when they look at us and what we've done to each other and other species, what do you think they should do with us? Should they try to ask us gently if we could make room for them so they can rebuild a life on this planet? Or should they just eradicate us the way we eradicate pests? What would you do if, as a space explorer, you'd run into a species that behaves like us?